Alrighty, so round 2, we just moved on to x squared 5x and 6. So we changed the amount of x, we changed this. We figured out very quickly that that one wasn't going to work, that we had to factor it, right? And we see now that we have x plus 3 and x plus 2. And there it is factored. X plus 3, x plus 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And figured out that, oops, this needs a comma. Let me put a comma right there. That the solution set is x is -3 and -2. Okay? Because again, you're right, it doesn't matter. Once I have this one, it doesn't matter what that one is, and once I have that one, it doesn't matter what this one is.
Right.
Okay, so now why do we find these when we set it equal to 0? Well, when we set it equal to 0, that tells us where it crosses the x-axis. In other words, when x is -3, y is 0. Because this is a xy, this is a function, right? And I could say f of x, but let's just stay at y for the time being. So I'm going to just make a quick sketch. Alright, so there's 0, right? The origin. Okay, so x can be two things. It can be when x is -3, y is 0. So I'm going to make that -2, and I'll make this, say, -3. Okay? Now, that's it. Like I said, you do it in layers. We usually, you know, that would be as much understanding as you'd get the whole class. We do a whole bunch more of factoring, and we just figure out, okay, it crosses there and it crosses there. And we're going to have a... What happens when you only have one hand? Okay, or two hands. And then it's going to be the thing that kind of looks like this. Oops, that's not pretty, but there you go. And then we're going to get more specific. Where does it cross here? How far down does it go? What's the axis of symmetry? We can find that all out just by looking at this. Right?
So,
go ahead.
Finding that out, so because this would be, if you didn't do this, couldn't you do that on top of there? Out there, so isn't that up and that's to the side? So you go.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's when it's a linear function. But I'm in an exponential function.
So,
or not exponential, so I'm in a quadratic function.
If that wasn't there, it would be a linear function?
Right, it'd be 5x plus 6, right? And it'd be a straight line.
So when this is there, that's what it is?
Yes, it looks like this. It looks like a U. It looks like a parabola.
Okay.
Right? Okay. So now, like I said, we're just discovering in stages what happens. X squared. And plus we're fooling around with factoring and addition and so forth for the little kids. For the older kids, it's as we get bigger, we get more information about add-ins and multiplication too, but mostly now the focus is on figuring out how to make it equal to 0 and being able to graph. Okay? So now we have those 2 points, and we can discover more about how to get that point and so forth, but let's do another problem. So let's change it to x squared, yeah, 6x and 10. And we'll come back. And we'll, like I said, we'll get more information. X squared, 6x, and 10. These are going to change. These are going to change. Certainly that's going to change, right? You got to go 6x. You got to figure out how to put 10. Oh, well, let's not make 10. Let's make 8. Make it easy. Yeah. Okay.
So.
Because the other one we would have had to not factor. So you just whip it together, and we'll come back.